Dear friends, today I'm diving into the world of science with a topic that's a little out of the ordinary. I've got something special for you, an object way out at the edge of our solar system, tucked under the watchful eye of the Kuiper belt, yet always grabbing our attention. Today we're talking about Pluto and its stunning white heart. Now you've all heard of Pluto, right? Back in the day before 2006, did you go to school then? Especially when we were kids, we learned that our solar system had 9 planets. 9! But now, we're down to just 8. Here's the lineup of our current solar system crew. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Before 2006, there was one more member in the club, Pluto. That was the old school solar system we grew up with. But then in 2006, the scientists put their heads together and decided Pluto didn't quite fit the planet mold anymore. So they bumped it down from planet status to a dwarf planet. We'll get into that today for sure. But first, let me tell you the story of how Pluto was discovered. It's pretty awesome. Here's how it went down. After they found 7 planets up to Uranus back in the 19th century, astronomers started predicting there had to be another one out there, an 8th planet. In 1846, they hit the jackpot and discovered Neptune. But after Neptune, they noticed some weird wobbles in its orbit, some gravitational oddities, and thought, wait a sec, there's got to be a 9th planet out there somewhere. They nicknamed this mystery world Planet X. For decades, from the mid-19th century onward, about 100 years, astronomers all over the world were glued to their telescopes, scanning the skies for this elusive Planet X. They put a young astronomer named Clyde William Tombaugh on the case. His job? Hunt down this unknown planet. He'd snap photos of the night sky at the edge of our solar system and study them like a hawk. Then in 1930, boom, he found it. Planet X turned out to be Pluto. When they spotted it, the scientists were like, yes, this is the Planet X we've been chasing. They decided to call it Pluto, and the story behind that name is super cool. They opened it up to suggestions from around the world, and tons of ideas poured in. An 11-year-old British girl named Venetia Burney threw out the name Pluto. Her grandpa passed it along to the right committee, and guess what? They picked it! In Greek mythology, Pluto's the god of the underworld, which fits perfectly since Pluto's chilling way out there at the edge of our solar system, like the underworld of space. Now picture this. Pluto's so far from the sun that sunlight takes about 5.5 hours to get there. Compare that to Earth. Sunlight zips to us in just 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Less than 9 minutes to Earth, but 5.5 hours to Pluto. That's how crazy far away it is. It's a super cold, super dark place. You probably remember from school science experiments that room temperature's around 80 degrees, 27 degrees. Earth's average temp is about 59 degrees, 15 degrees. But Pluto, it's a bone-chilling 370 degrees to 387 degrees, 223 degrees to 233 degrees. Think about that! Even at 43 degrees, 6 degrees, in a chilly spot like the mountains, we're shivering. Pluto's a whole other level of freezing. Plus, the light out there is so dim, it's hard to imagine anything living there. But let's say, just for fun, there was life on Pluto. From our point of view, I think it'd be tough. Pluto's got this layered setup, a crust of water ice on top, then maybe a layer of liquid water underneath, and a rocky silicate core down below. If some critter was living in that ocean or ice, we'd need gear for 370 degrees and night vision goggles just to peek around. Life on Pluto, not exactly a vacation hotspot. To really get Pluto, I think we should stack it up against Earth. Check this out, I've got a comparison table here. Pluto's diameter is 1,176 miles, 2,376.6 kilometers, while Earth's is 7,118 miles, 12,642 kilometers. So Pluto's diameter is about 1/6 of Earth's. Pluto's mass, 1.3 × 10⁻²² kilograms. Tiny, like 0.022 times Earth's mass. Volume-wise, Pluto's about 0.0066 of Earth's. Density? Pluto's at 1,854 km3, compared to Earth's 5,513 km3, about 0.336 times Earth's density. Surface gravity on Pluto is 0.62 mS2, while Earth's is 9.8 mS2, so Pluto's gravity is roughly 1/10 of ours. Here's the kicker. Earth's got 1 moon, but Pluto's rocking 5. Our moon's gorgeous, sure, but 5 moons? Maybe we're a little jealous. And maybe that jealousy is why, all of a sudden, in 2006, the scientists were like, nah, Pluto's not a planet anymore. Up until 2006, we had 9 planets in our solar system, but now we're stuck with 8. Thing is, the scientists have a solid case for it. They've got 3 rules a space object has to follow to be a planet. First, it's got to orbit the sun. Easy, Earth does that, and so does Pluto. Check. Second, it needs enough mass to pull itself into a nearly round shape. All planets are pretty much spherical, and Pluto's got that covered too. Check. The third one's the troublemaker. It has to clear its orbital path of other stuff. Look at Earth. Our orbit's just us and the Moon, which we've snagged to tag along. No big neighbors crashing our party. Mars is over there. Venus is over here. Our paths don't cross. No collisions, unless something wild happens. But Pluto, it's out in the Kuiper Belt, past Neptune, surrounded by a crowd of other big objects. Take Eris, for example. They found it in 2005. It's about Pluto's size, maybe even a bit more massive. So the scientists were like, hold up. If Eris and all these other things are hanging out there, how's Pluto a planet? That's their big argument. It's a strong one too. Pluto's path isn't cleared out, it's got company. That's why, in 2006, they demoted it to dwarf planet status. Not everyone's on board, though. Some scientists push back, saying, come on, in the vastness of space, no one's path is totally clear. There's always stuff around. Think about it. At home, you've got neighbors left, right, behind you, across the street. Does that mean you don't own your house? Same logic. Some argue Pluto should still be a planet. Right now, most scientists have voted and settled it. Pluto's a dwarf planet, not a full-fledged planet. But here's where it gets beautiful, and I really want to share this with you. Even though we've knocked Pluto down a peg, it's got this gorgeous heart-shaped feature on its surface. In 2015, NASA's cameras caught it, and scientists were scratching their heads like, what is this heart thing? It lit up curiosity all over the world, and they've been digging into it ever since. Just recently, researchers from the University of Berlin and the National Center for Computational Science Research, Planet S, made a big breakthrough about this heart-shaped structure. They ran some slick numerical simulations to figure out how it formed. Here's their take. A huge object about 435 miles, 700 kilometers wide, slammed into Pluto, not head-on, but at an angle. That crash carved out a basin-like dent on Pluto's surface. Think of it like smacking a plastic ball with a bat as a kid. Sometimes it dents, right? Same deal here. This basin's about 2.5 miles, 3-4 kilometers deeper than the surrounding terrain. That heart shape? It's actually this basin filled up with nitrogen ice, methane ice, and carbon monoxide ice. The nitrogen ice is bright white, so it reflects more light than the darker areas around it. From Earth, that reflection looks like a heart. They named the whole region Tombor Regio, after Clyde Tombaugh, the guy who discovered Pluto. The western chunk of it, that's called Sputnik Planitia, after the famous Sputnik satellite. When I look at Pluto's pictures, I can't help but feel like it's turning that white heart toward us, almost saying, yeah, you demoted me, but I've still got a warm heart. Some scientists hate the downgrade and argue Pluto should reclaim its planet title. If they win out, maybe one day Pluto could make a comeback, and we'd have more than 8 planets again. So, that's the story I wanted to share with you today. I'll be back next Sunday at 10 with another cool tale like this, YouTube-style flow. Enjoy!